Yo guys, what's up? It's Kyle here. I want to get my quick thoughts on the Bellator show tonight. Tonight was supposed to have been their pay-per-view, but due to the main event being canceled, they gave their pay-per-view card away for free on free TV tonight. And I thought it was a good show from Bellator, some good fights. And honestly, like I said, I think Ortiz and Rampage match being canceled was a blessing in disguise, because if you guys seen the Alvarez and Michael Chandler round 2 fight tonight, I don't see how those guys would have been able to follow that that title match, no doubt. So I really think this was a blessing in disguise by that main event being canceled. And I think if if you have to pay the $40 admissions for the pay-per-view, I think you would not, if you had to pay $40 for the pay-per-view without Ortiz and Rampage, I think this would be worth it, for a first pay-per-view from Bellator. But that was if you had to pay for it. But we got it on free TV tonight. Nevertheless, I'm just going to go quickly over some of the matches. I'm going to expound a little bit on the main event, because that was good. Daniel Stratus became the new featherweight champion from Pat Curran. Was really shocking. Pat Curran, to me, just seemed like, I don't know, he just seemed offbeat tonight to me. It seems like he wasn't there mentally. But Daniel Stratus just came in there pretty much for the entire 5 rounds, made it work for him, and put it in, and it made the fight go in his way and in his direction. New featherweight champion. So shocked by Pat Curran's lack of offensive moves in this match, but still glad for Daniel nonetheless. He's had a crappy year, so glad to see him become champ. Then you had Emmanuel Newton versus King Mo for the interim light heavyweight title. This fight I thought was a good fight. Another good fight. I think Emmanuel Newton ended up being the winner. I think this was really good for Emmanuel Newton to show people that, hey, he's not a fluke. He beat King Mo not once, but twice. Even though they went out through all 5 rounds, no one really getting any big major punches, but still, to see that he can go 5 rounds in a championship caliber match with King Mo and last and win, I think is enough in itself. And I think Newton, Emmanuel Newton is a future homegrown talent that I think that can grow for Bellator. Then we get on the main event here. Eddie Alvarez versus Michael Chandler 2. Like the first fight, going into the second, my expectations were high, and boy, were they met. First 5 to 10 seconds in the first round, these guys were just banging, smashing, throwing fists, and it was intense. In the last 34 seconds of round 1, Chandler got that guillotine choke on Alvarez. I'm thinking, like, oh my God, Chandler's about to get ready to make Alvarez tap in the same submission move like he did 2 years ago. Didn't happen though. It was 34 seconds on the clock. Alvarez was able to get out of the guillotine choke just in time. But I'm saying to myself, if they would have added another, if Chandler would have had a full minute, maybe minute 15, 25 with that guillotine choke, he would have won right there instantly in the first round. Then during rounds 2 and 3, Alvarez was just kind of like really picking the bones of Chandler a little bit, taking little shots here and there, and they all just adding up. Chandler got a bad swollen eye, which I think, in my opinion, kind of hindered him a little bit during the duration of the rest of the fight and the rest of the rounds, in the later rounds. But still, Chandler had that fighting spirit. By the time he got to round 4, Chandler was making that comeback. He took Alvarez down in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the match and just ground and pound him. Just relentlessly. But by the time we got to that 5th round, I'm thinking, like, okay, Chandler's coming back. He may get this here. But by the time that 5th round came, my God, momentum just shift. Alvarez kicked into another gear. Chandler was getting tanked and gassed. And by the time you get to the last 2 minutes of round 5, Alvarez was overwhelming Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler was gassed. He was tired. Alvarez even got Michael Chandler in the guillotine choke. And I'm saying to myself, he's going to make Chandler tap out in the same submission move that Chandler made him tap out to 2 years ago. I'm like, if Alvarez gets this, boy, it'll be extra icing on the cake for him. And it looked like, you know, Chandler was just kind of just out of it. But it's just, I don't know what happened. But Chandler just kind of like, in the last few seconds, Chandler just got this energy that came out of nowhere. Was starting, you know, he got out of the guillotine choke. He was trying to make a comeback. And it's just like, it wasn't enough time. It was 20 seconds left on the clock. And he was giving it everything he had left. Time ran out. Time expired. Your new lightweight champion, Eddie Alvarez. I gotta say, great fight here. I think, to me, this was the best championship bout match that Bellator has had this entire year. Hands down, Alvarez Chandler 2 match tonight was the best championship match I've seen in Bellator this entire year, out of the year 2013, hands down. And I may even say best fight. Not even world title match, but just best fight I've seen from Bellator this year. Solid fight. You know, I knew Michael Chandler was gonna have a difficulty here in this match. Eddie Alvarez, to me, he looked different. He was in the zone. He looked and seemed confident. By the time, you know, he got to the second round, he looked confident. He was sure of himself. And I said it early on before the match even started. I'm like, I want Chandler to win, to successfully, you know, retain. But I'm like, look at all the crap that Alvarez has gone through over the last, you know, year with Bellator in particular. Alvarez he seems different. He seems fired up. And, you know, to no surprise, at least not to me, Alvarez won. And, you know, I would love to see a Alvarez Chandler 3. They have to do that. You know, Chandler won the first one. Alvarez won the second one tonight. They have to have a third and final bout with these two, because these guys got chemistry in the ring. They smash. Great athletes, both great athletes in their respective divisions and their respective division. And to me, I think it's money. I think if Alvarez and Michael Chandler go for a third time, Bellator should, if they're smart, make that match on pay-per-view. I know tonight was supposed to be this was supposed to be their pay-per-view card. To me, I still think it was stupid that they put it on free just because of Jackson and Ortiz. Because hell, they still could have sold something with just those two being the main event, but by itself. So I think it was a little waste on Bellator's part on that end. But if they do Chandler Alvarez 3, they got to put that on pay-per-view, because it'll definitely be worth seeing. If anyone has not seen Michael Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez, the first match 2 years ago, go look it up on YouTube or Daily Motion, wherever you may find it. I think Bellator may have it on their YouTube page. They may have it. They should. And I mean, if you've seen it tonight, the rematch tonight, solid stuff. So I thought it was a good show. Great main event. You guys let me know what you think of the show tonight from Bellator, if you've seen it and watched it. I forgot too, I'm also glad that Joe Riggs won tonight. He was the finalist in Fight Master Bellator. So I'm glad Joe Riggs won. And I'm interested to see what he does in Bellator. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Should Michael Chandler get a rematch and we see an Alvarez Chandler 3? Or and what do you think of the main event between Chandler and Michael Chandler and Alvarez? I want your thoughts in the box below. Comment and subscribe. Peace.